Uh, there's an O'Reilly book, O'Reilly blockchain PDF. I have all these PDFs here. Here's a link to it online. I found it online. Here's the PDF here. Okay, this is a short one. It's only like 149 pages. So that's what I was saying. A lot of this stuff, it turned out to be a text file full of links. This fella here, he explains blockchain pretty good. It's just a short YouTube video. If you're real new to this stuff, blockchain was started along with Bitcoin. It was kind of like a 1-2 deal. You know, they created blockchain and Bitcoin to run on blockchain at the same time. And that was done by this guy here. And what he did was he put out a white paper. A white paper is just like a Word file. You know. And this is the name of it. You can find it all over online. There's a link to it. I have it right here. So this name here, that's Satoshi Nakamoto. Some people think it's a fake name. Some people think it's a name for an organization that created this. No one really knows, you know. But I think it is a person. That may not be his real name because he wants to stay anonymous. No one really knows. Okay, so you can see it's just a short paper. It's a high-level view of blockchain. So this graphic right here, this explains what blockchain is. And that's why I say it's kind of like a linked list. I'm not going to get into the details here. There's all kind of videos that talk about that stuff. There's a lot of wikis on this stuff, and I think the wikis really help because it kind of gives you an anchor point. You know, there's a lot of websites and videos on this type of thing, but as you're glancing through YouTube and stuff like that, it's kind of sporadic. It's scattered. It's where if you start with the wiki, at least you know you're getting a good foundation. Okay, so this blockchain was created, and then Bitcoin was created as an application using blockchain techniques. But that's kind of out in the public on the internet. There's also a private use for private businesses. You know, corporations don't want their information public. And there's a project called HyperLedger, and it's for business. It's private. And the main difference between that would be Bitcoin has what they call as miners, where when you're private, you don't have no miners. There is no actual program called HyperLedger. That's like the overall name for the project. Inside HyperLedger, there's a whole list of programs that they use to make the system work. Composer would be like the compiler, and Fabric would be like the system that the programs run on. A little while ago, IBM had a trade show, and they ran it all on YouTube Live. It was called IBM Think. So if you go out and do a search for them, last I saw, it was one big video. It was like 70 hours long. Hopefully they'll cut it up and pick out some of the good parts. Along with that, they have a founder's handbook that goes along with this HyperLedger program, and I've got that right here. The Founder's Handbook, your guide to getting started with blockchain, 33 pages. I'll upload all these files to that website. You'll be able to download all these things. And IBM also has a website that you can use to get started with HyperLedger programming. It's supposed to be what they call a playground. That word is being used a lot, like this Remix website that we looked at earlier. This is considered a playground. You can go in, test your code, write programs, play around, not have to worry about hurting anything. And this IBM one is supposed to be the same thing. It's supposed to be a playground where you can go in and write your code and test it. So I haven't gotten into that one yet, but when I do, I'll do some videos on it. There's a lot of blockchain code out on GitHub. If you haven't heard of GitHub, GitHub is just a website where programmers and developers upload their code and you can check it out for free. So it works just like most websites. You create a username and password. It's all free. So I had already done a search here. You can see there's almost 20,000 websites just for blockchain. Each repository would be like each person would create a blockchain folder. Then you could upload your code. So just to show you how this works, let's see, if we just go back to github.com. See, if we just go to github.com, you could sign in, create a free account, or you could just search for code. Like here, we'll search for blockchain. And here, this would be links to the files. Better yet, let's do SOLIDITY. And then we have these folders for Solidity. See, like contracts. Example, I'm just grabbing one as an example. See, like here would be a sample code file, and then you can click on raw here. That just gives you the raw SOL file. Okay, So that's the short answer. Okay, so next we'll get into the long answer. See ya. Bye.